I be so different. They wanna lock my soul in a box. I be so raw. They might wanna whip my flow.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pro Sports Room. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers would say.
It's a Tuesday.
It is a
Thursday
Tuesday.
to you.
Thursday to you.
Tuesday for us.
You guys are probably watching this getting pumped up for the Thursday night football game.
Said no one ever.
The Thursday night football game of the Bears at the Packers.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Which the Bears actually looked impressive, though. So maybe we should get... Well, let's just say this. The Bears looked impressive. The Packers looked horrible in the first three quarters. So, I mean, we might have a game here.
We might have a game.
Because nobody thought that the Rams and the 49ers were going to be a game, so...
No, but that was a very
good game.
Very good game.
It was a little too close for comfort for me, but... Good game. I'm okay with it.
So, we got a lot of topics to talk about today. Kind of just spread out all over the place.
You lie.
I'm lying. We got some topics to talk to you guys about today. Kind of all over the place. So, let's get started with, we're just going to start with the Giants because that's been on my mind pretty much all day. And I've just been reading and, listening to all these, articles and, newscasters and everything. And they're like, are the Giants done?
Yes. They're done. They're going to win, 6-7 games this year. But they're done as in, they're not going to win the East.
No,
that's not going to happen.
They're done.
They're already 2 games deep.
Yeah,
they're not going to win it.
They're done as in they're not winning these.
Yeah,
they're not done as in
tank. Yeah, they're not going to tank.
They're
not going to be at the
tank.
bottom of the barrel. They're halfway up.
But yeah, the Giants are, and they actually might be done for a couple years. And the only reason why I say that is because I think that this will be Eli's last year.
It'll be Eli's last year, I believe, but I don't think they're done.
Well, not done as in they'll be last in the division every year, but they'll be fighting for third from now on because
they
don't have a backup quarterback because unlike most teams, they're not grooming a quarterback in the back because you have Geno's
Smith.
Already groomed. Geno Smith is already groomed. You ain't got to groom that man. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a run game. So, I mean, you have Odell, who's arguably going to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league next year.
Which, if I was Odell, I wouldn't take it.
And then you're like, okay, well, now what? They have a good defense.
Yeah. That's the thing, is their defense is there, and defense can carry a team a long way as long as you have an okay offense. So, if I'm the Giants, I'm calling the Bucs right now, saying, hey, what I gotta give y'all for Doug Martin?
Nope.
Or I'm calling the Saints, even though...
I'm calling one team.
Who you calling?
Minnesota.
For who?
What do you need for Latavius Murray?
No, and I like Latavius Murray, but no. I need an established back.
Latavius Murray's an established back.
For one season.
Okay.
And I believe he's a good back.
Doug Martin is established for one season.
No, he's 2-3 seasons.
He had one 1,000-yard season.
No, he's had a couple. He had that one breakout year.
His rookie year?
No. He had that one breakout year where he was almost a couple yards. He was close to Adrian Peterson's rushing yardage. But anyways, I would call the Bucs, say, what do I need to give you for Doug Martin? Or I would call the Saints, what do I need to give you for... I'm not giving up a lot for AP because of what he's shown this season. He's shown his age.
No.
I wouldn't give him a
what
lot.
he hasn't shown this season.
Yeah. So I would see what they're willing to take for AP. If I was them, I would do an even swap and be like, look, I'll give you Brandon Marshall for AP. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Or hey, I'll give you Brandon Marshall for Mark Ingram.
That's a stretch.
I don't think that's going to happen because the Saints want to keep Ingram over AP.
Yeah. That's a stretch.
But they need a running game right now. Right now. Just to see what Eli's got. If that Eli's still slipping, then yeah, you're going to have to draft a quarterback. I think they'll do that anyway this year. But just kind of get a feel of how many more years Eli has, because if you have to start a quarterback next year, you obviously got to draft. But if Eli's succeeding with a run game, then that's good because you have time to groom a quarterback. So,
I think the Giants
need to get that run game.
Yeah, I think the Giants are in trouble. And I like what you said about Odell. But is he becoming too much? Is he just becoming like too much of a diva, or like a not I can't stand the word distraction, but is he just becoming too much of just a headache?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
If he's doing his job,
the man is.
You do what you want.
His first two catches were touchdowns.
Don't go too crazy, Where he's at right now is fine. You want to act like a dog and fake pee on the field, I have no problem with that. Because you know what he did that on? A touchdown catch.
Yep.
His second of the game.
His first two catches, touchdowns.
So, yeah. And, he played last week, but that was coming off of an injury. So, of course, he's not going to play great. But, okay, now it's his first real game. Comes right out the gate with, 100-something receiving yards, right?
Something like that.
And 2 touchdowns? I mean, come on. Let him do what he wants to do.
So, if you were Odell entering into the last year of his contract, and you're like, I want to become the highest paid wide receiver.
Oh, I'm going to listen to other teams. I'm going to see. I might stay with the Giants, depending on where they're at with the quarterback situation.
What if he switched to the Jets?
It's not going to happen.
And we paid him the highest. We could pay him the highest?
I know you can, but the thing is like, of course, money's a big part of it, but, he's still young. He's entering his prime. He's wanting to win.
What if him and Jarvis ended up on the same team?
That's what I'm thinking. What if both of them went to Louisiana, to the Saints?
I don't think they'll give up that money. What if they both went to the
Because you got to
Jets?
think, Drew Brees is leaving. Drew Brees is... You're dreaming. Drew Brees is leaving, so they're going to have a lot more cap room. They get a halfway decent quarterback in there with Juice and
Yeah, but
Odell.
who's your halfway decent quarterback? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. But
What if they both
halfway
went to LA? Chargers.
I would not be happy. If he came to us...
There's no need for him there. Neither one of them there. You guys got good receivers.
We got good receivers, but why not have more?
Oh, I agree with you.
Hey, all right, so you got Sammy Watkins.
No, it would literally be
Yeah, you're
Odell,
right. No,
Jarvis,
okay.
Sammy.
Jarvis, I really like Jarvis Landry. But I'm going to take Odell every day. So you got Sammy, Odell, Cooper Kupp.
Sammy over Odell?
No, I'm saying Sammy first because he's already on the team. Okay, if I'm going obviously number 1, Odell, Sammy, Cooper Kupp. Because as much as I hate to say it, I'm a big fan of his. It's time to trade Tavon Austin. It's time to let him go. Trade him while you can.
You know where Odell and Jarvis should go?
Where should they go?
They want to win championships? Green Bay.
New England.
Green Bay.
They're not gonna do that though. They already got Jordan.
They would literally win.
I know. But they're not gonna go. Houston with Deshaun Watson. Why not?
Tennessee.
Hopkins isn't gonna like that.
Tennessee.
They're not gonna go on the same team. I don't know why we're dreaming about this.
That would be great, though.
Okay, but so let's talk about Odell though. Just Odell because.
But
Maybe he'll go to Miami.
I don't know. I think they're
Jarvis recruiting him.
Yeah, they're starting to like Devontae Parker a lot. That's what I'm saying. I think Jarvis would leave, and the two of them go somewhere else.
I don't think that they're.
If they don't go,
I
to
don't
the
think
same
they're gonna
team.
go together.
Ooh. What if they both went to Arizona and met up with the Honey Badger?
But LSU. And Patrick Peterson. And then Fournette's coming.
No, Fournette can
Stay here. Stay in Jacksonville.
Stay in Jacksonville.
Even though he's playing all right.
All right.
Well, all right, as in he's one thumbs up. Not 2 yet.
He's got a
You're on your way to 2 thumbs up.
Jamal Adams
thumbs up.
is blowing it up for me.
Now, on a serious note, if I'm Odell Beckham if the Giants give me a sour taste in my mouth, I'm going Philadelphia.
Oh man, I was just thinking the
If they
same
give
thing.
me a sour taste.
If they make me feel bad, I'm going to Philly.
If I'm on a positive note with the Giants, I'm not going to hurt their feelings, their fans' feelings, because if he went to Philly, that's messing up that East for a long time. But
That'd be
if
great.
I'm thinking with my head on straight, I'm going to Texans because they have a defense that they're not elite anymore, as we've seen in the past
Right.
3 games. They're still good. They're a couple draft picks away from being elite again. But you got a young quarterback that's showing promise. You got a running game. You got DeAndre Hopkins. You got Odell Beckham. Now, all you got the run game there, and you got the receivers there. You got a decent quarterback showing promise. You need a solid tight end. You don't need a great tight end, just a solid one to get you out of trouble. Houston's good to go.
I'm looking
if
at
that
I'm
happens.
just thinking of all the teams that Odell could go to.
I mean,
And
in all honesty, he could go to any team.
Imagine him in Oakland, in the black hole. Him and Amari Cooper lined up with Michael Crabtree in the slot. Imagine him and
I'm putting Coop in the slot. I'm not saying because Crabtree's better than him. I'm putting Coop in the slot because of the speed.
yeah, you could do that.
I need Crabtree on the outside for possession. Now
Green Bay.
Green Bay would be. Detroit would be a good one. Minnesota if they got a quarterback though.
They have, with Bradford or Bridgewater, both of them are great.
Case Keenum some love. He threw 300 yards, and then he's also got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen.
Pittsburgh.
I mean, we could do this all day because, like I said, he can go anywhere and be the starting receiver.
Well, yeah, he'll go anywhere and pretty much be the starting receiver.
The only place he can't go and be the starting receiver is Pittsburgh. It's the only place.
No, but just imagine him and Antonio Brown at 1 and 2.
Oh no, and trust me, that'd be nasty.
Oh man.
But that's the only place he would go and not be the number one. And yeah, I said it, Atlanta. He would be the number one over Julio.
Oh, he would be the number 1 over Julio's so inconsistent. All right. Anyways, speaking of inconsistent, we'll do our fantasy stardom sit-em before we do our pick 6, and then we just ramble on about whatever else we want to ramble on
I'm gonna
about.
take you on by surprise today because I am so mad. I'm taking the day off of stardom sit-em. I'm gonna let you handle this because my fantasy squad this year is there's not a big enough word for how disappointing my team is this year. I'm not in position to tell anybody who to start or sit. You know what? I'll give you sit my whole roster. Look my team up on Yahoo, and if you have anybody on that roster that's on my team, sit them. that's my stardom sit.
If
you go ahead.
Stardom sit-em.
Not even look at the camera.
For me, I would go ahead and start Derek Carr, and this is crazy, right? Because they're going up against Denver, right? But listen, I would start Derek Carr and Amari Cooper only because of the way Josh Norman and the Washington Redskins embarrassed them last week. Embarrassed. And that's not even like they're not even
understatement. That they embarrassed them kind of like my fantasy team.
And the thing is like they got embarrassed, and they're going up against a better defense and a rival in Denver. Part of me is like, man, that's a really dumb thing to say, but then it's like you got to remember, Derek Carr and Amari Cooper are going to bounce back in this game. Amari Cooper hasn't had a big year this year so far. He really hasn't. But watch.
After this segment, remind me about what you're talking about. Just say Raiders after you're done, and I'll remember.
Okay. Sit him. I would sit. I honestly would sit Alex Smith if you have him on your team. I would sit Alex Smith. I'm just being honest with you, man. Sit Alex Smith, and I would also sit Julio Jones and Ezekiel Elliott. I would sit Julio Jones and Ezekiel. And I know that's crazy saying, why would you sit Ezekiel Elliott? Because they're going up against the Rams. And yeah, the Rams let up 150 yards against Carlos Hyde last week. But that was also because, I don't know, 4 of the Rams players got injured in the second and third quarter. The only reason why that game was good is because half of your team went down. Half of your defense went down in the second and third quarter.
That's what Rams fans aren't understanding.
And I was like,
yeah, well, we let San Francisco put up 30-plus points. I was like, yeah, but our defense was hurt too.
and
I mean, and Aaron Donald's getting in the groove. He didn't have an off season. No, he had an off season.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. He had an off season. He didn't practice.
yeah, he didn't have a training camp, all that.
So I mean, he's gonna get back in his groove soon.
I'm not buying the hype of the Cowboys. Especially, look at it like this. Ezekiel Elliott last night, 3 rushes for -3 yards until he popped off a 30-yard rush. Other than that, he was 4 for 27 yards. He's getting into this sophomore slump of, if I can't find a hole, I'm not going to try to make one. I'm not going to try to make something up for me.
Yeah.
He's like, I need the offensive line.
He's trusting that line.
He's trusting that line too much. That's on him. That's on, once you get comfortable, you get comfortable. I'm not buying it this year. I would sit because I think that the Rams have something to prove in this game. They really do.
If we win this game, we're legit in the media's eyes. We're legit if we beat the Cowboys.
Because everyone's still like, don't overhype or don't overestimate the Cowboys, or underestimate the Cowboys. Don't over-exaggerate or don't exaggerate. Don't get all hyped up. What happened in that loss? It's no big deal. Like, we're making something out of nothing with this loss, and it's like, no, like they're really that bad.
And as a Rams fan, talking about hype and everything, I'm not. Trust me, I'm enjoying the Rams right now. I'm still not buying it, only because I've seen this before. Last season, we started off 3-1. Granted, our offense does look better.
Right.
But I've seen this before, and I think a lot of the reason I'm not buying it is because it's my team. Like, I don't want to buy it and then be disappointed.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just like low expectations. That way I can't be disappointed.
Well, that's my stardom sit-em. So you said something about Raiders. What were you going to talk about Raiders about?
Raiders. Oh, yeah. All right, so Cooper and Crabtree were both held to 6 yards and 7 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Both 1 reception each.
Yep.
All right. If that happens again this week, if that offense slumps, and I know it's only going to be the 4th game of the season, is it time for the Raiders to worry? Only because how good the Chiefs and the Broncos have looked.
It would be time to worry after doing as good as they did last year and not losing anything. Besides Latavius Murray.
Because I like the Raiders, but
it wouldn't be like panic, but it would
it's
be
not
like
panic, but it's like, okay, guys, we need to get a grip.
It'd start to be like kind of looking around like, y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Because this isn't...
Because there was such a huge hype about the Raiders this year, especially when they added Marshawn Lynch, and we're guilty of it.
I wasn't worried about Marshawn Lynch, but I was just...
No, I'm saying we're guilty about the hype.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't win this game against Denver and they look sloppy, that's not a good look. Because they're going to be, what's their record? 2-1.
Yep. It'd be 2-2.
They're going to be 2-2 with a division loss. That's not a good look. With Kansas City possibly sitting out 4-0 with 2 division wins already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not looking
They
good for the Raiders.
They didn't play Denver already.
Yeah, they did play Denver. No, they did not play
No,
Denver.
it'd be 1 division win.
1 division win. Okay.
Chargers.
I could have
I think
sworn
it was
they
the
played
Chargers
Denver.
that they
It
played.
was the Chargers. They played them last week.
All right, so we'll do our pick 6. So why don't you go ahead and read them off?
All right, we got the Bears at Packers. Who do you got in that game?
I got the Packers.
I think
I'm not stressing.
I think everybody except Bears, half of the Bears fans have the Packers.
I'm not. The reason why I'm not buying the Bears like with that win is because Pittsburgh plays terrible away from home.
Well, I'm not.
They are awful
I'm
away
not.
from home.
No, I'm not buying the Bears at all. I'm just saying they looked impressive. That game was impressive.
I say they looked impressive, but Big Ben plays terrible.
I should have
away from home.
rephrased that. The game was impressive.
Right.
The team's not impressive.
Right.
Yeah, I got the Packers too. I got it pretty big too. Probably about like 35-10.
I hope so. I need Devontae Adams big time.
And you'll get it. And the next game, we got the Jaguars at the Jets.
I got the Jets.
You got the Jets.
Yep.
Is it a close game?
I mean, it'll probably be like 24-20, but we put up 20 on the Dolphins. We put up 20 on the Dolphins.
Y'all aren't looking bad.
20 on the Raiders.
You're not looking bad.
12 on the Bills. I'm not. Well, you say that, but Carolina put up 9 against the Bills.
So now
I got the Jets mainly because it's going to be the Jets defense is really looking good this year. They finally started to figure out that Matt Forte is not the starting running back. Let's cycle out the running backs, and the defense is actually looking really good. Along with the Jags are traveling from London. Jet lag is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Especially jet lag from over continents.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a real thing. I got the Jags winning this game. I got it because people are sleeping on their defense. They're sleeping on y'all's offense. Y'all's offense looks better than expected, but Jaguars' defense is really good. Really good. And the only thing stopping them is the only thing that ever stops them, and that's Blake Bortles. That's the only thing stopping them. Obviously, and it's getting so bad to say if Blake Bortles throws one pick, the Jets win. Now, if Bortles only throws one touchdown pass and that's it, Jags win. But if he throws one pick, it's over because that leads to 2 and 3. And one of those is a pick 6.
Like, Blake Bortles has to throw 3 touchdowns for them to win. And the reason why I say that is because Ajayi was shut down. Ajayi didn't have over 100 yards. I don't even think he had over 50 yards.
I'm not worried about the Jags' run game.
Well, I'm just saying, one touchdown's not going to beat the Jets.
But what the Jags got to do, and I know they put up 44 points against the Ravens, but that's not going to happen every game with the Jags' offense. It could. They have the potential, but it's not going to. So if I'm the Jags right now, I'm managing the game. I'm gonna let my defense drive. I'm gonna manage the game on offense. If we put up points, we put up points. That's fine. But I'm taking it slow and steady down the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Jags winning.
I got the Jets winning.
Bills at Falcons.
As much as I hate to say this, I got the Bills winning this game.
As much as I hate to say this, I think the Falcons will win. I can't stand the Falcons. I hope the Bills win, but I think the Falcons, I think they're going to pull it out.
The reason why I say that is because the Falcons barely beat the Bears week 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who they played week 2, but I think that one was close. No, they played Green Bay week 2,
mm-hmm.
and they looked good the first 2 quarters, and then Green Bay started to come back. But then again, Green Bay doesn't have a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago doesn't have a defense. Last week, they played Detroit. Detroit doesn't have a defense. But they lost, Detroit lost that game only because of, him not extending his arms out enough. Because he was down.
I think he was down.
He was down, but I hate that rule. They would have won that game if that rule wasn't there. The 10-second runoff.
That's my thing. Because he was down. He was down.
Clear evidence that he was down.
But at the same time, the refs called that a touchdown, before they reviewed it.
Yep.
That's the refs bad, because if they wouldn't have called it a touchdown, Detroit's right back on the line.
Yep.
And they have one more play. So the refs stopped that game.
And then
they should have given them one more play.
Yep. Shouldn't have been a 10-second runoff.
No.
None of that. So I think the Bills will actually be able to put up a fight against the Falcons. As much as I don't want them to, because I can't stand the Bills, And if the Jets win and the Bills lose, we'll both be at 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the Bills with the overhead because they got a division win.
Yeah.
But still.
I got the Falcons. I will be happy if I'm wrong about this game. But yeah, I got the
I'm
Falcons.
happy either way, honestly.
Rams at Cowboys.
I have the Rams winning this game.
Um,
The reason why that is because I'm sorry.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Todd Gurley is a better running back right now than Ezekiel Elliott
He
is.
is. He's a better two-way back as well, as we've seen.
Yep.
I have the Rams winning this game too. Our defense is going to come back a little bit healthier. Our offense is looking great. Cowboys' defense is not very great.
No, it's not.
Sammy Watkins looked like he's starting to get comfortable with the offense last week.
Yep.
He's still healthy, which is
The
a
Rams
good
will win
thing.
this game if they stop trying to force Tavon Austin the ball. Stop forcing him into the game. Either he's in it or he's not. Stop trying to force him into it with these. Now, what I did like was the fake jet sweeps.
Yeah, no, I do like that.
I
Those
like
are
the
fine.
fake jet sweeps.
That's helping our running game a lot.
100%.
And you know, if that's how they're going to use Tavon Austin,
That's fine.
That's terrific. But if I'm using Tavon Austin, I'm using him on wide receiver screens.
And
I don't know why they haven't tried that yet.
The other thing is that if he gets -3 yards on 2 jet sweeps, I'm not doing the jet sweep anymore.
No, I'm not running the ball with him. I am treating him like a receiver, like he is.
Well, no, like I
And
don't
give
mind
it-
giving it to him 1 or 2 times on a jet sweep. I really don't, because then it's like everyone's already in the box and they're not biting off of Tavon Austin anymore.
I don't mind it either, but it has not worked once this season. So let's
Right.
take a break from that. But like I said, Sammy Watkins is looking good. He's looking comfortable. But a lot of people, they're talking about Goff and they're talking about Sammy Watkins and Gurley, which is great because they're playing great. But a lot of people need to start taking Robert Woods serious.
Well, Robert
He's-
Woods,
he
both
played-
of them were over 100 yards last week.
He played great against San Francisco.
He's
And
available on waivers. Did you already pick him up on waivers?
so,
You better hope I'm not first in front of you.
I know, I think I was because I picked him up on Thursday night.
You better hope
During
that
the
I'm
game.
not in front of you.
Well, I hope not.
So I'm probably going to go pick him up now.
So, Robert Woods is trash. Don't pick him up on any fantasy. But no, he
Take it from this guy
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
0-3 in his fantasy.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick him up, so that means don't pick him up. No, he played good against the 49ers defense that's underrated. 49ers offense is not good. Carlos Hyde is good. 49ers offense is not.
Yeah.
Now their defense is underrated, and they
Man,
both
I
put
was
up 100.
so glad when Brian
100
Hoyer
yards.
threw that pick and your boy was stopped at like the 3-yard line because I knew Gurley was getting the ball. And I knew you were like, yes, and then you saw Gurley get it and you were like, no.
No, you know what? I didn't mind because Gurley had such a bad year last year.
You were like, man.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, all right, y'all need to slow down, stop running him.
Mike's getting all these fantasy points.
And he's playing me this week, so stop running Gurley, all right?
That's the main reason why I beat you was because of Todd Gurley's 32 fantasy points.
I think anybody that had Gurley on their team this week won. But yeah, I think the Rams will pull this one out.
What do you got next?
We got the Raiders at Broncos. We pretty much know you said that the Raiders will win because
Yeah, I
Derek. I'm gonna say exactly what he's thinking. The Raiders are gonna come out on fire because they got shut down by Washington last week. Derek Carr is gonna have about 250 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Crabtree, 1 to Cooper,
And that one for Cooper will be like a 75-yard run.
and I think it'll be a shootout though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Raiders defense isn't too
No,
hot.
it's not.
But yeah, I think it is a shootout. I also have the Broncos winning. I got the Broncos winning this one. I think that, and I don't think that the Raiders season's over, but I think this is
Like a panic, not a panic,
this
but a worry
this is a
moment.
wake up call for the Raiders, and I think they're going to come out on fire after this. But I think the Broncos win this game because I think the Broncos got embarrassed last week too from the Bills. I don't think that defense is going to lay down. It'll be a shootout, but it's going to be like, I don't know. Broncos are going to win. Redskins at Chiefs, prime time.
Monday night. I was going to pick the Sunday night game, but it was terrible.
Who's playing Sunday night?
It was like Colts and someone else. I
don't even want to know.
I can't
Colts
even,
are in it. I don't want to know.
I can't even remember, but the Sunday night was like 2 1-2 teams or something. It was bad.
Colts and Browns. Anyway.
That was last week.
I know. So, who you got winning the Redskins and Chiefs? They're at Arrowhead.
Yeah, I know.
Mind you.
But with the way that the Redskins played last week,
and they look good.
They looked real good.
They looked real good.
I'm taking the Redskins this week, which is a shocker because I actually had them finishing like third or almost last in our NFC East standings.
I did too.
This game is going to be labeled as the running back, the game of the running back, because Kareem Hunt and this kid Chris Thompson, the one who had over 150 yards of receiving as a running back, that's what this will be, and I think that Chris Thompson will outshine Kareem Hunt on this night.
I'm gonna go opposite of you.
That's fine.
I think that the Chiefs win. Alex Smith he's good this year. Kareem Hunt is good. That offense is good this year. But the difference is the Redskins are playing this Chiefs defense. Chiefs defense is very good. Not to mention the biggest difference that this game is going to make is everybody always talks about Seattle and the 12th man in Quest Field. I'm sorry, Arrowhead has the best fans in the best stadium. I think that's going to make a huge difference. So, hey, look, just for you.
Oh, about time.
Yeah.
Jeez, this man's never downloaded the ESPN app until now.
After we just called it trash.
I can't stand ESPN, but the ESPN app, it's a lifesaver sometimes.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed that so far. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning this game. And I think they run away with it in the fourth. I think it's
a big statement there, kid.
Yeah, I think they run away with it in the fourth. I think that the Chiefs are going to prove all the doubters wrong this game.
So
if the Chiefs win this game, are you going to start to think about buying into the hype?
No, because this will be like I said in the Facebook Live 2 years ago and last year, I didn't buy the hype on Carolina and Atlanta. Yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl. That's cool. Like, you can buy the hype on them going to the Super Bowl or the playoffs. Yeah, I'll buy the hype that they'll make the playoffs. They won't win the Super Bowl. I won't buy the hype that they'll win the Super Bowl.
I'm not going that far as to say that the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
No.
But as right now, the best team in the league, yes. The Chiefs are the best team in the league right now.
Best team in the league.
That's what I'm talking about, the hype. I'm not picking them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're one of the best teams in the league right now.
I can't
say
anybody right now.
I can't say they're the best right now because I haven't got to sit down and actually watch a lot. But I won't say that they're the best right now because I'm honestly there's a couple teams that I'm sleeping on.
Isn't that beautiful?
So there's two teams that are 3-0 right now, with Kansas City and Atlanta. Who do you think has the better chance of going undefeated, and who do you think will lose first?
Well, the Chiefs play the better team this week, so the Falcons should stay undefeated this week.
Who do you think has the best chance of going without looking at schedule? Who has the best chance of going undefeated the longest?
Like I said, the Chiefs have the best team in the league to me right now, so I say the Chiefs.
All right, and
I already know who the best 0-3 team is right now.
The best 0-3 team. Who would be the best 0-3 team to you?
Chargers.
Yeah, I would say the Chargers too.
The Chargers they're in all their games.
What 0-3 team do you think won't win a game the rest of the season? We'll go 0-16. You got San Fran, you got the Giants, you got the Chargers, and then you got Cleveland and Cincinnati. But you can't pick if you pick, you can't say both because they're in the same division.
I don't think that any team will go 0-16 this year, but the Browns have the best shot of going 0-16. And that's because Cincinnati, they're too good not to win a game this year.
I feel like Cleveland and San Francisco have the best chance of going like 0-16 and 1-15.
Well, I was going to say the 49ers, but they're in their games too.
They were only in this last game.
No, they were in that game with Seattle.
Yeah, but that's Seattle. Seattle's trash.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. They play them one more time.
That's also true. That's also true.
And then they also play us, which was a close game again.
Ooh.
And they
might
also play
win.
Arizona.
Yeah, they play Arizona and they play the Colts. So those are two potential wins right there.
Yeah.
They play the Bears.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna win.
They
some
played
games.
you guys the last game of the season. That's a scary one.
That is a scary one. I know. Yeah, the Browns got the best shot to go 0-16.
Yeah, I think so. Looking at the Jets schedule real quick. We got Jacksonville this week, and then the Browns, and then the Patriots.
Y'all could be on a 3-game win streak.
We could be on a 3-game win streak.
Don't think that'll
with
happen.
the Patriots coming to New York. Then us going to the Dolphins. Then
Boy, that'd be a heartbreaker. 3-game win streak and then losing to the Patriots.
Ooh, see, here's a couple good ones. Then the Dolphins and the Falcons and the Bills and the Bucks and the Panthers. See,
Y'all could win y'all's division because y'all's schedule so weak.
those 4 teams, the Jets could win. Like the Bucks haven't looked impressive because they can't run the ball. The Bills are a toss-up. You know, that's a division game. That's also a Thursday night game. The Falcons, they're also a toss-up. They've been in every game that they've played this year. We just beat the Dolphins before, and if me and you go to the game in Miami, we'll win that game because every Jets game I've been to, we've won.
One game I went to with the Rams, I won.
Then we play the Panthers, and then we play the Chiefs, which your dad's already going to be like, how much you want to bet that we'll beat you? And be like, yeah, you play us in the beginning of December, of course you'll beat us.
Y'all are going to have to go to that game. Go to Beefs.
I can't. I'll be on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Then we play the Broncos, which that'll be fun. Then we play the Saints, which we'll win that game because I'll be there.
That's true.
And then the Chargers.
Their defense is atrocious.
Then the Chargers and the Patriots. Like, looking at the schedule now, the Jets could win 7 games.
Okay.
Does that get us anywhere? No. But that makes me feel better. That's like
I just want to win games.
I just want to win games. I can't stand people who want to tank for the future. Like that guy from Barstool Sports. It makes no sense. Why would you tank for somebody who has no NFL experience? Put it like this. For teams that, just
I'm okay if your number 1 draft pick is anything but a quarterback. I'm okay with that.
Just running off number 1 quarterbacks. Ryan Leaf, he was a good one. Jamarcus Russell, he was a great one.
The best.
Like, come
He's
on,
the
man.
best of the worst.
Yeah, I don't want a running back at 1. I want an offensive lineman at 1 from Wisconsin
Or a defensive back.
or Iowa, or any of those Midwest kind of schools. Nebraska, Wisconsin, Iowa, Iowa State,
Iowa Tech.
Iowa State Tech University of the Tech.
Anywhere from Iowa. Wyoming.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
You
North
just
Dakota
want a
State University.
big corn-fed.
I want a big bearded white or black guy.
Yeah.
It'd be great if he was black and white. Then I could have the best of both worlds.
But he has to be corn-fed.
But he has to be
He has to be bearded up. With
Bearded up
with really long, nasty hair.
Yeah, like Nick Mangold.
Yeah. If you're an offensive lineman and you look pretty,
Nah.
you're not getting drafted. I want you to look nasty.
I want you to look like you just woke up from bed. I want you to look like a fat Joakim Noah.
And showers, forget about it.
Unless you're a center. No, if you're a center,
No, because that's going to make the quarterback want to get rid of the ball carrier.
You smell that?
You try to flick the wrist and get it off your hand.
He constantly does shovel passes.
Yeah, if I'm GM, I'm saying, look, I'm signing y'all get 1 shower a week. That's after the game if we win, because celebrating.
If we win.
If we win. If not, gonna have to do it.
Oh, imagine going like 14
Oh, yeah,
games
and-
without a win.
And y'all take a separate plane than us.
Yeah.
Defensive line, y'all stink too, by the way.
And I don't know about going DB in the first
First
pick or the first 5.
Not corner, safety.
I like Jamal Adams at 6. That was a really good pick for us. I like Leonard Williams. It's like going offense or defensive line in the first 5 picks. It's a safe pick. Really is.
Unless you're the Rams or the Jags. Because we've taken offensive linemen in the first and hasn't worked out for us. Poor Jeremy Lamb.
Lamp was
He's going to be good, but he just, got season
Lamp wasn't in
already.
top 5 though.
I'm saying, but he was their. Oh no, he wasn't their first pick. What am I thinking?
Mike Williams went first.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Lamp was
never mind.
legit, man.
Edit that out.
Nope. That's the
okay.
internet. All right, man. Well, I can't think of anything else. What about you, man? You got anything to close it off with? Anything else that you want to talk about?
The nap.
I was
Cut
gonna
it.
say, not talking
I don't
about
want
the
to talk
national
about
anthem.
nothing else. If y'all have been following us, y'all know our stance on it.
Right. And not only that, but if you haven't been following us, just watch our previous videos.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the national anthem for a year, and I've drawn the line. I'm tired of talking about it. Now it's becoming a big deal. Now everybody wants to talk about it. When we've been talking about it for a year, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm tired of it. It's just exhausting. And it's
Which
aggravating.
it's a good thing to talk about.
It is a good thing for it to come out.
It's
and
a
to be
good thing
talked
to
about,
discuss.
But it'd be even 10 times better if people actually knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's the aggravating part for me, because nobody's doing their research.
Yeah.
And if you actually sat down and took the time to realize how many illegal things that are going on with the national anthem or the American flag from the get-go, then you'd be perfectly fine with, players taking a knee for the national anthem. Even if you would understand why they're taking, instead of saying they're disrespecting the military, that doesn't make any sense.
No, they're not disrespecting
The American flag doesn't stand for the U.S. military. The U.S. military stands for the U.S. military.
Yeah.
There's just multiple things that I can't stand talking about.
Not to mention
All of
that
it.
they didn't come out for the national anthem until 2009.
When the U.S. Army paid them to do that. And not only that, but why should you have to, the players aren't getting money from that. The players are getting money from their contracts. They're not getting a stand for the national anthem bonus.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. Army decided to tell specific ways to do and specific ways of what you need to do for that anyways. But there's different things that you're not supposed to do with the flag from the
You're not
get-go.
supposed to wear it.
You're not supposed
As
to
a
wear it.
clothing item. You're not supposed to have it on a paper plate.
It's not supposed to be used as a costume or for athletic wear.
But y'all do it. So, basically what we're trying to say, make it short and simple and sweet. Kneel if you want to, stand if you want to.
Sit down and have a bowl of cereal for all you want to.
It's
For
okay,
those of you
because-
crying about it, stand up at home.
Because that 9:30 game last week, y'all weren't standing up for the national anthem. And if you were, great. I'm happy for you. If you weren't, great. I'm happy for you. Either way.
Anybody who is on here and wants to invite us over and complains about the national anthem, when we come over to your house and watch the game,
I better see you
you
stand.
better be standing for the national
So I'm
anthem.
gonna film you and put you on Facebook.
Because the moment you stand, I'll kneel.
Because it's okay either way.
Just to make you feel better.
It is okay
Doesn't
either.
matter. Oh, also for all those fans who want to throw away their sports gear or
Give them to
burn
me.
it or throw away season tickets, I'll take them.
Yeah.
I don't care who you play for.
Yeah.
What team you got.
I'll take 'em.
I'll take it. Send it to us.
You know what? Not even that. I'll give you about $10.
I'll give you 5.
About 10 if it's a package.
If you want me to go to the Bucks, I'll stand for the national anthem for you if you want me to go to the Bucks game.
That's right. I mean, and to be clear, I do stand for the national anthem. That's
To
just
be
something
clear,
I do.
I don't care.
But
I don't.
if somebody's sitting next to me, I'll be like, okay, that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Because it would be different if they were actually disrespecting America. But
It would be
they're not.
different if this was the international players anthem. I would stand for the international players anthem. How many BET awards does the national anthem have? 0. How many does the international players anthem have? 1. How many super hot, amazing verses?
How many legends were on international players anthem?
How many great verses were on by the great Andre 3000 on international players anthem?
1.
How many were on the national anthem?
None. Unless there's a remix.
How many? I mean, when I listen to the international players anthem, I go, man, that song is about safe sex. When I think of the national anthem, I go, man, that song was about slavery. Well, you want this should be about the international players anthem and why it should be our new national anthem.
That is Big Boy's best verse.
It's like I don't care.
IMO.
I don't care about any of this. Don't. And it's not because it's bringing politics into sports. I'm just tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of uneducated people and ignorant people saying what they want and not doing the full research. This is exactly why I stay out of politics from the get-go.
Slip into something I don't do. Tipping for life.
So, type the text to our girl used to say.
It's like making it.
Choose a scooter pie with whom I want
It's
to
like
be.
making it rain every month on schedule.
Aaron, I apologize if this message gets you down, but I see every girl that I see around town, and hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smile. Wetness all around me, true, but I'm no island peninsula, maybe.
Florida, maybe.
Makes no sense. I go crazy. All right, guys, this is the end of our podcast.
It is. We kind of rambled on there for a minute.
It was cool though. I mean,
good.
I'm not cutting this out. It was fun.
Down.
We appreciate you guys tuning in, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Remember, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz. I don't have anything else to say to you guys.
I don't either.
So, bye.
Goodbye.
Boom.